Just one sentence destroyed the life he knew forever. No names, no faces, just coins or silence. He thought begging was his destiny, because that morning a businessman stopped in front of him, and he said something that haunted him for days. That night, the beggar didn't sleep, not because of hunger, but because one question. And 3 days later. So this story begins with a beggar. Every single day, right beside a busy train station, a beggar sat on the cold ground. Trains came and went, people rushed by with coffee cups, headphones, and deadlines. Some dropped a few coins, most didn't even look. Barely enough to survive. That was his life. That morning, a well-dressed businessman walked toward the station. The beggar noticed him and thought, if I ask this man, he'll surely give me more than the others. He gathered courage. "Sir," the beggar said softly, "can you spare some change?" The businessman stopped. But instead of reaching for his wallet, the man asked something unexpected. "I can give you money," he said calmly, "but tell me, what will you give me in return?" The beggar froze. "What?" he asked. The businessman repeated, "What will you give me?" The beggar stayed silent for a moment, then replied honestly, "Sir, I'm a beggar. I don't have anything. I ask from others just to survive." The businessman nodded. "I'm a businessman," he said, "and I don't give, I exchange." He paused. "If you can't give anything, I can't give you anything either." And with that, he walked away. That night, the beggar couldn't sleep. The cold wasn't the reason. The words were. I exchange. Again and again, those words echoed in his mind. What does he mean? What can someone like me possibly give? For 2-3 days, he kept thinking, looking at his empty hands, looking at his empty life. Then, one morning, something caught his eye. Beside the railway tracks, small wild flowers were growing, bright, fresh, ignored by everyone. He walked closer, sat down, and suddenly it hit him. I ask people for money every day, but I never give them anything in return. He whispered to himself, what if I give something back? That day, he picked the flowers. He sat in his usual place, but this time, when someone gave him money, he smiled and handed them a flower. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. People were surprised. Some smiled back. Some looked confused. By evening, he noticed something shocking. He had more money than he ever made before. But more than money, he saw smiles, connection, and respect. Days passed. He came every morning with flowers. People began recognizing him. They didn't call him a beggar anymore. They said, the flower guy is here. Some people didn't even give money. They asked, how much for the flowers? That question hit him like lightning. For the first time in his life, he felt it. I'm not a beggar. I'm doing business. And suddenly, he remembered the businessman's words. I exchange. With the extra money, he bought clean clothes. Simple clothes, but respectable. Weeks turned into months. The flowers turned into a small stall. The stall turned into a steady income. One day, a man stopped and asked, "Are you the flower seller?" The former beggar smiled. "Yes," he said confidently. Years later, at the same train station, two businessmen crossed paths. Both well-dressed, both confident. They shook hands. One of them looked confused. "Do I know you? You look familiar." Suddenly, it hit him. His eyes widened. "You were the beggar," he said, "the one I refused to give money to." The other man laughed softly. "Yes," he replied, "I'm the same man. But I'm not a beggar anymore," he continued. "That day you didn't give me money, but you gave me something far more valuable, a mindset." Today, I'm a successful flower businessman, and I'm traveling to expand my business to other countries. The first businessman smiled, then quietly said, "I knew you would understand one day." And here's the lesson. Life doesn't reward need. Life rewards value. You don't rise when you keep asking. You rise when you start giving. The moment your mindset changes, your life begins to change automatically. So ask yourself, what can you give to the world? Because sometimes one sentence can turn a beggar into a businessman. If you liked this story, comment yes or no.